the Cash Flow Talk Deal Makers. I'm super excited today. I have Jovita Salas. She's a real estate investor in Las Vegas joining me on Skype. We're going to talk about how to maximize your profits with rental properties and how to keep these tenants keep up with their properties, with your properties, by a specific strategy that you use in your real estate investment career. Jovita, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. How are you?
I'm doing great, Camilo. How are you?
Awesome, good, good. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me. I actually met Jovita about a month ago in one of our events, Enlightened Warrior Training Camp by Success Resources, where we helped 123 people change their mind, change their life through some courses and activities that Success Resources do. And it was awesome serving these people with you. So thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me again. How are you?
I'm doing great. My pleasure, Camilo.
Awesome,
And
awesome.
it was great to have that experience at Enlightened Training Camp for Warriors.
Awesome, awesome.
And
Before we get started, Jovita, tell me a little bit about who you are, what do you do, and just tell me a little bit about you.
okay, well, my name's Jovita Salas. I live in Las Vegas. I do real estate investing in Las Vegas. This is where I live. This is my town. This is the market that I know. And I focus on cash flow. So cash flow, we need the money. We live right now,
Yep.
and we want to make money now. Equity is great, but we want money now to keep investing, to keep growing. And this is a perfect market for what I do. So I'm very blessed that I don't have to move. And I've been in Las Vegas for over 20 years, so
Wow.
I do know my town.
Okay.
Um, so it's great when you actually can do it in your hometown. I highly recommend it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's one of the things that I do. I try to stay in my market. I actually started investing in Detroit, and it's challenging. It's a great opportunity, but it's
It is.
challenging to be traveling from Miami to Detroit every single month. But awesome, Jovita. So at the beginning, I said, guys, by the way, if you're liking what you're hearing and if you find some value in this video, please subscribe to the channel below. And if you guys have some questions, put them in the comment below, and I'll definitely contact you guys with Jovita. Follow her on Facebook, Jovita Salas, if you want more details and more information about what we're talking about. So at the beginning, I said that by the end of this video, we were going to talk about how to maximize profits with the specific real estate investing strategy that you have, which is renting the properties by the room, not actually by the house. And you use three strategies: Airbnb, you rent by the room, which is month to month, and you also do a 1 year lease. Tell me, how did you start? What got you into these crazy room
Oh,
rentals?
well, a nephew of mine actually dragged me to a seminar. There's a lot of seminars, but I mean, if there's something that I highly recommend to everybody is go get educated. That's
Absolutely.
key. That's key. I paid good money. I got educated by professionals, and I can tell you, I have not ever lost a penny on real estate.
Absolutely.
Um, but of course, there's ups and downs, but never, I always end up. So get educated. Number two, of course, once you acquire something, then they kind of put that seed where now how can you maximize what you have?
Exactly. Uh-huh.
So, okay, you start thinking, you gotta ask yourself the right questions. The
Yes.
right questions, and do not block yourself. Even if it's just fantasy, just throw it out there. I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. So that's how I started renting by the bedroom to maximize the profit. And of course, I learned the rehabbing portion. So then I make modifications to the houses, minor ones, just fake walls, um, so that if anything, I can always just take them down. It's no big deal.
Okay.
But that's how I did it by renting by the room. And of course, after some years of experience and ups and downs learning, you become knowledgeable and experienced by making a lot of mistakes,
Yeah.
which you guys don't have to make all those mistakes. You can just contact me, okay? So I have a choir and I set rules, a good system for it. So it is very important to, save money and time. So just get with somebody that does this. So just, and nowadays I'm even thinking about designing a program where I teach people this.
Absolutely. That's awesome, especially in your market. I mean, in Vegas, so many people go there to just have fun for a week or two or a month. Tell me a little bit about how it works because renting by the room, is it weekly leases, is it monthly leases, or is it like day leases? And most importantly, the property management, because I would assume, yeah, the passive income is great, but also you got to have a system to manage all these type of properties and all these type of bedrooms. How do you
Right.
handle
It's
this?
definitely a lot of more hands-on management when it's by the bedroom. Of course, for short term, less than 30 days, it's mostly like it's different because you're treating it almost like a hotel. So
Okay.
you have a system where you have a cleaning person, you have a host that can actually manage it for you.
Okay.
So you can hire a host and a cleaning person, and you're good. And that's where most of the profit comes, of the cash flow on short term, like most commonly known as Airbnbs.
Okay.
Um, Now for the rooms for rent, it's more hands-on management, but you're dealing with different people in one house. Different backgrounds, different everything.
Cultures, yes.
Yeah, religions, everything. So I have acquired a good set of rules, and I'm upfront with people. This is the environment that we're offering: quiet enjoyment, which is if you want a place to come home, relax, and rest, leave the party outside. This is for you. And we
Okay.
just have common courtesy rules like clean up after yourself, no smoking in the house of any kind,
Okay.
um, and no pets, because if I allow one person, I have to allow everybody, and that could be
A nightmare,
messy.
yes.
I highly recommend that we keep certain passionate topics out of the house, like religion, politics,
Politics,
sex.
yep. Uh-huh.
So, I mean, you're upfront about people, and it's a month-to-month lease. So, if the right person lands in the house, great. If it's not the right environment for them, as easy as they can give me 30 days, I can give them 30 days. And it's not like I bind them to. I mean, we do have a lease, and 30-day contracts is the same rules as 1-year contracts. So there's no special licensing. There's a lot, to easier, let's say.
Okay.
Um, so as long as people are willing to live under
Conditions?
that environment, let's say if they like that environment, great. So I mean, the first year you're kind of filtering people, and then after a while, I mean, you have people that I would say 60% of them they stay for a long time,
Okay.
even more than a year. And 40% they're there 3 months. It's just people that come for maybe seasonal jobs, or I mean, seriously, there's a bigger amount of single people that just want to live in different towns, or
Okay.
want to experience Vegas for 3 months, and then they would go to Hawaii for 3 months, and so this is the right environment for those type of people as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jovita, so tell me a little bit about wow, that's a great experience. I don't do monthly or weekly leases in the properties that I have. They're only yearly leases because I would drive myself crazy with all the management and all these. But let's talk about the acquisition. How do you acquire these properties? How do you find the properties in the perfect niche in a perfect location where you say, okay, this is a good deal that I can move forward on? And how do you acquire these properties? Are they cash? Are they financed? Do you use money partners? Do you get wholesale deals? How is it that you acquire these properties?
I do it all. You bring me something to the table, we'll work it out. No, I took a class that was called creative financing, and that really opened up my mind and like, oh, wait a second, there's so many ways that I can acquire property. Not just the typical bank 30-year loan. That's the suckiest one.
Yeah.
But it's not in that bad way. It depends on what you want to do. Okay, I'm not saying anything bad because they can be. The good thing with banks is that they loan you money at a low rate, which
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
Which is great. So like I said, I'm not gonna say no. And especially because if the property that I'm acquiring and the business that I can do in it is gonna pay for the mortgage and leave me some cash, why not?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's not bad. So that's one way. And then, of course, the best way that I found, because I found myself at one time with no credit, no money. But it was the best thing that happened to me because I was forced to go a different route and I found business partners that had the money but didn't have the time or the knowledge.
Okay.
That's where I came. So then there's partners, private money or by business partners that we partner up on these deals.
Okay.
So what you don't have, you find.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So and then after a while, of course, being in this type of business, you come across people that hear you do this. So they're like, hey, I have this, I have that. What do you recommend? So again, they don't have the time. I have the experience and the time. So they have learned to trust me. So now either we partner up and I do all the management. So I'm actually in the process of setting up the management part as a business to manage properties for people by the room.
Okay.
So another way is to just partner up with somebody that has a house. There is so many tired landlords out there
Yes.
that hire people destroying their properties every year. They have to rehab their property and lose a couple of months rent plus the money to fix it up again. So when I partner up with these people, then it's just you negotiate. So I don't even have to buy the house; they already have the house. So my investment is my time, some money,
Yeah.
and most of my time. So I mean, anybody can do this, um, and I mean, they come to me in different ways. Either they have the property, or they have the money, or they're tired landlords that they say, you know what, you just lease the house for me and you sublease it, and you can do with it whatever you want. It's just, I mean, so many
That was
ways.
that's actually very interesting. I was looking out into that business of subleasing for Airbnb. Now I never thought about subleasing bedrooms, but I actually looked into it. The thing is that in Miami, it's a little more competitive, and the rentals are very expensive. So sometimes the profit margin and the risk that you have to put into leasing a house and committing yourself for a 1 year lease and then furnishing the house for Airbnb so that you can rent it by the day, by the week, by the month. In Airbnb, the cash flow is not there all the time, but in your market, it's very interesting how you don't need to buy the property. You can just sublease it and Airbnb the hell out of it, and then cash flow as much as you can. That's awesome. That's a great strategy.
Right. The number one, it's like I said, it's Airbnb. But if for some reason the Airbnb is not doing it, I switch it to by the bedroom because I still furnish the house to rent by the bedroom. I
Okay.
provide a kitchen, a toaster, plates, everything. So they're
Okay.
basically renting the room.
Okay.
So, um, but of course, you have to analyze your deal to see if it's worth doing for you. Because yes, I mean, it will be too much work to just make $200 a month.
Exactly.
Okay.
That was my point.
Right. So that's why one thing is I always ask permission to modify the house to
Okay.
make that extra bedroom. That will
Okay.
make the difference.
Okay.
So that's one thing you can do is modify the house. Two, it should almost work in every market because if your rentals are high, of course your room rate is going to be higher than mine that you're
Okay.
in. So you, like I said, you don't find deals. You make deals. That's where
The
well, that's why the
mindset.
creativity
Yes.
is the money.
Yes.
Okay. So you make the deal. And of course I mean, I just have a house that was 5 bedroom. In about 2 more weeks, it's going to be 9 bedroom.
Wow. That's crazy.
Because, okay, I have a living room that is big enough to make 2 bedrooms, and I have a garage that had been converted in the past, so that's 2 bedrooms as well.
That's
I
four
could those.
bedrooms. Yeah.
So you make the deals. You make the. So I offer to rent by the bedroom, so I don't need a living room. And actually, I don't recommend having a living room because, especially putting a TV there, it creates, then somebody's watching the game very loudly and somebody needs to sleep. So, no,
Yeah.
I don't need a bedroom. I
Okay.
need a living room.
Yeah, they can have
So,
their own private TV in their bedroom and that's it, I would assume.
exactly. And most people, it's kind of like living in a building apartment where you go into your apartment, except that you just go into your room, and everybody has a key for the room. Okay, but then you share the common areas. You share the kitchen. You share the bathroom. You hardly ever see your roommates. I mean, it sounds like a lot like 9 people in one bed in one house, but the houses are extremely quiet. You go
Okay.
in there and you're like, is anybody home? Because everybody kind of stays in their bedroom. Some people don't even cook; they just eat out.
Okay.
Um, and so, but um, but it should work with some creativity.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's the one thing I'm gonna take away from here, from this conversation with you. That you don't find the deals, you create the deals. And that's something that happens to me all the time. You have to find a way to be creative financially, and also, sorry, also deal wise. Like you have to find a way to make the deal work, and as long as it cash flows, that's I was sharing with you. That's why I have the cash flow talk. That's why I have my company name is Cash Flow Properties, because that's my favorite word in business. It's cash flow. As long as it has positive cash flow, it's basically recession proof. It doesn't matter how much the property is worth at one point, if it goes up in value, if it goes down in value. As long as the property cash flows and it's a good rental area where whenever you have a vacancy, rent back up again. That's key for me. That's awesome, Jovita. Let me ask
Right.
you a question. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. No. I mean, a lot of people worry about how much am I buying the house for, if it goes up or if it goes down. You only worry about it when you're gonna sell. If it's
Yeah,
under what you bought it for, then don't sell it. Just keep making your money until it's the right time to sell.
yeah, and don't buy
Yeah.
properties for appreciation purposes. If it doesn't cash flow, it's not a
There's
good
not.
deal. Period. The only deal that would allow myself to have negative cash flow is the property where I live in. And even then, I mean, I'm an investor. I buy properties to fix and sell, fix and rent. So the properties that I've owned to live, I actually buy fixer uppers because I find a better deal. I fix it up and I live in it. So I'm buying under market value. But obviously, where I live is not going to cash flow. But I'm still buying under what my neighbors are buying for, because I like to negotiate and I like to get that. But it's probably the only way where I can suggest anybody buying where it has negative cash flow. Jovita, oh my God, this was a lot of value, a lot of content. That's amazing. I told you it was gonna be short and sweet. Guys, if you want to connect with Jovita, obviously your market allows you to have all these different types of room rentals. But if you guys want to connect with her, please follow her or add her on your Facebook, Jovita Salas. By the way, your handle has been through the entire interview here, so you guys can check it out. And tell me a little bit about the investing networking events that you're planning on doing near the future. And if you guys are interested, make sure you friend her on Facebook so you can be updated. But tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, well, you need to connect with the market, and in order to be more experienced on it, you always have to attend different marketing programs and things. So I'm actually going to, and of course there's some books, but I'm a network. I'm actually going to be attending again one of the Robert Kiyosaki programs,
Okay.
uh, like as a refresher.
Okay.
I'm not going to do the whole program, but just their 3 day program, which I highly recommend, even just to get a taste of what this is. And if
Okay.
it feels like it's for you, I say just do it.
Okay.
And but don't forget, I mean, that's the one program that where we were just at, of course. Those programs are very important because information is information. You can have all the information out in here, but until you actually get over certain fears of what
Yes.
it is, you're not going to get yourself moving forward.
That's
So if you
awesome.
need that little extra push, I always recommend any free information out there, just go and listen and see if it's for you. I am very blessed because I consider myself like the child of Robert Kiyosaki and Steve Harbecker.
Yeah, a
That's the
perfect
product,
match.
the result of those two.
Yeah,
And
perfect
and
match.
and before I did any of these programs, I was just working almost 16 hours a day just to pay the bills.
Yep.
No, I would never ever have time to volunteer ever to do
Yep.
anything like that. And now it's like I wake up when I wake.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And so, but I attend whatever is out there when possible, as much possible, and being around people with positive energy is highly important.
That's
Highly.
awesome. That's awesome. Which leads to my next question. What's the one book that you recommend the audience, either for real estate or for mindset or for what's the one book that changed your mentality?
There's been a few important books, okay? But of course, for in the real estate, just to see that other side, and it's even Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
That's for the real estate investing.
Okay.
I know I don't want to go too far. The Voice of Knowledge
Okay.
by Gail Reese.
Okay.
Those are, and The
The,
Richest Man of Babylon. Those three.
awesome.
I
Awesome.
highly.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jovita. I told you it was going to be short and sweet. Quick favor. At the beginning, I asked the viewers to subscribe to the Cash Flow Talk YouTube channel. One thing is that if they hear from me, would you be kind enough to ask the viewers to subscribe to our channel as well, Cash Flow Talk?
Of course I am. Of course, definitely. And I highly recommend everybody to do it. Just get yourself out there as much information. Camilo is great. He comes from the heart. He is, here to support, everybody. And and we all are. I mean, it's just if you really want it, get with people, get the information, and this is definitely one way, one person that will help you get to the next level.
Awesome, Jovita. Thank you so much again for your time. I'm so glad to be able to call you a friend. Thank you so much. I was so glad to meet you last month, and now we're connected even more. Thank you so much again, and I hope to see you very soon.
Yes.
Good luck in
Hopefully.
your business and with everything you do.
Thank you.
All
I was
right.
great to see you, and thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jovita.
All right. My pleasure.